What do Thomas and I call this podcast?
Get loose.
Get loose. Get loose. Get loose with Thomas and Brandon.
It's funny. I've been trying to think about it too.
Call it talk back, talk times. I don't know. We'll come up with something fun. But
mile high talk time.
Mile high talk time. The MHTT. Or just call it the climb.
Ah, I like it. I like that. That's good. I like that.
Let's play with that. Let's play with that. I think this is a perfect time to start the podcast. Thomas, how's it going, man? How are things out there in the Rocky Mountain region?
Good. Doing really good. Thank you for asking. It's weather's starting to get nice, so that's always a bonus. Obviously, kind of now people can start getting outside and enjoying the wonderful of the Rocky Mountains, and being outside and enjoying family and friends, and what the Mile High City and the surrounding areas have to show. What about you? How's Texas?
I know. So that's so funny because everybody's gonna be like, "Well, what the hell is Brandon doing on the Rocky Mountain Regional Podcast, on the climb, if you will?" Yeah, I'm down here in Austin. It is already hot as all get out, man. I woke up this morning; it was already 78 degrees at 6 o'clock this morning. It got up to, I think it's about 95 is about where it's going to peak out today, but we've got a breeze, and it's like it's like a hair dryer, dude. It's not a cold breeze. It doesn't cool anything down.
No, it's blowing hot air on you.
So bad. It's so bad. I know you're from like the Dallas area, right? So you're used to temperatures down here, right?
I'm born and raised in Albuquerque, but I have a lot of
born
family. Born and raised in Albuquerque, but I have tons of family in the Texas area, especially like Dallas and Houston and Austin and stuff. So spent a lot of summers in Texas where it's hot and sticky. And
I mean, I see the Rangers jersey out there, so I had to ask. It's like,
yep. So
for those of you, the Nolan Ryan Cup,
best pitcher ever, in my opinion. I love that guy. So for those of you watching, to answer your question, why I live in Albuquerque, but why I'm on the Rocky Mountain is New Mexico borders Colorado, obviously, and I'm very thankful to be part of the RMR board. And Brandon, who lives in Austin, obviously is part of the RMR board, and it just shows that the world that we're in right now, Colorado boy right there. So the world that we're in, that you don't have to be in the region to be part of the association. I think that's what's really cool about this industry is there's so many great minds that we don't want to limit something. I mean, so many people can bring so much to an association. So for us, I mean, we have me and you and a couple other people who do not live in the Colorado area who bring so much to to our association. And then those who live in the Colorado area, obviously we just ride the coattails of, their knowledge of Colorado and the experience of knowing places that we can do things and when to do things. Obviously they know the weather, when we can do an outside event or something like that. So, for me, I mean, being a part of RMR has been an awesome experience because not only have, myself, being part of it, have met some amazing people on our board, but obviously, being able to reach out to other suppliers and distributors. And it's just, so for those of you who are watching and you're not a part of an association, try to find one, be part of an association. It's a huge thing. Obviously it's a volunteer, but that is one thing. And I think I hopefully tell RMR board this all the time, how thankful I am for the time that they put in, because it's all of us just basically donating our time to do something to make it better. And I know like Brandon, living in Austin, running, his market media stuff, you are constantly, coming up with great ideas for RMR. And that's what I love about our board is everybody has different opinions and ideas, and it's crazy how when you can start throwing those out there and you start to collaborate all of them, it is amazing what people can accomplish together.
Well, and for me too, I mean, I'm so you're the president of RMR for the second time around, which is awesome. And then I'm treasurer at RMR, and also we both sit on multiple committees as well, and helping out as much as we can. And for me, it's just it's the area of the country that I love. I was born and raised in Colorado. I love RMR. I still remember one of my very first trade shows outside of like the big Vegas show that I got to go to was the Rocky Mountain Expo up in Keystone, and it was just so cool to get to see everybody from the Rocky Mountain region and everybody who enjoys the mountains, enjoys Colorado, and enjoys promotional products and the sales of advertising products that can be used outside, which is so cool. RMR just recently had an event. It was called Promo at the Park. How cool is that? That you can just go set up out at a park, have some products, and people, even just random people that were out at the park, were stopping by to kind of see what was going on. So we get to kind of spread that promo joy throughout the Rocky Mountain region. That's why I continue to volunteer my time, even though it's getting smaller. But when I can get up there, I absolutely will. And we've got a couple of amazing events for RMR coming up real quick. We've got one coming up in June, right at the beginning. What's going on in June for us?
So June 12th, we have a crawfish boil. We did it last year, and it was a huge success. People loved it, and we're doing it again this year, June 12th at the Silo Park. It's in Greenwood Village, just a little bit south of Denver, and it's just a fun time because it's just a networking event. It's, there's nobody showing products or talking shop or anything. It's just, it's just people out there just, like you said, talking life, talking promotional products, and having a good time and eating some good food while you're at it. And the great thing about it is we have a past board member, past president, Sarah Weber, who runs Weber Marketing. She, her and her husband get the crawfish, and they get it in, and it's fresh crawfish, and they do the whole boil. And you know what? It is just the time that they donate to that is amazing. But then also the people we have on our event committee who donate the time to make sure we have, drinks and, other refreshments and, games that we can play. So June 12th, the crawfish boil, definitely come out and take a peek at that. It's a fun time and a great venue. It's got a huge covered place that we can sit underneath and enjoy out of the sun for a little bit, and then just have a good time just being outside. And like you said, just talking life, talking promotional products, and getting to know other people.
Down here in Austin, we can't do that anymore. So everything's air conditioned. So I'm super jealous that everybody gets to go hang out outside. I'm pumped though, because I am going to be, and by the way, all of these events, we're going to be linking everything to all of our social media posts so that you can go to the RMR website and actually get registered and make sure it's put onto your calendars. And suppliers, if you want to sponsor something or want to show up, just reach out to an RMR member there. And then distributors, we would love to see you guys there. The more people that come out, it just makes the event so much more fun. But I'm actually going to be coming up for our July event. So on July 30th, we're going to be having a golf event at Green Valley Ranch. I'm a huge golfer. I love golfing. I'm playing on Saturday, and then actually on Memorial Day, I'm actually doing. I've always wanted to do this. Check this out. This is gonna be so cool. I am flying out the morning on Monday, on Memorial Day at 5 a.m. from Austin. I'm flying up to Denver. I'm getting in a car. I'm heading down, and I'm going to go play bear dance. I'm literally going to play bear dance. I'm going to leave bear dance, go back to the airport, and fly back home. I've always wanted to do that. Just a day trip to Colorado, play some golf with my mates, and have a good old time. So I'm doing that. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to stay for a couple more days, but I'm going to come up for the RMR tournament again. That's July 30th at Green Valley Ranch. We'll have the links in all of our social posts. And then we have finally set a date for our big Mile High Expo. I know all of the suppliers have been working with us diligently to making sure that they're not spread too thin and going to too many other events, but we always do one big show every year. I know you guys are looking forward to it. I alluded to our Keystone event, but this year we finally have it set. Thomas, when are we doing that bad boy?
August 13th, we're having it at the National Western Center, and it is a fabulous venue. The people there are awesome. There's so many things that are going to be at our expo that are going to kind of show off the National Western Center, what they have there. One great thing for suppliers and distributors, there is tons and tons and tons of parking. No one has to worry about, finding a parking space and walking forever. We have tons of parking, and we're going to have, like Brandon said, it is our big show every year. And, we really try to, we're very thankful for all the suppliers and, being diligent with us about telling us dates and stuff like that. That's why we had to kind of move it around a little bit, but suppliers, multi-line reps, reaching out to us and telling us what worked best. So like Brandon said, we don't spread them thin with all the other events that they have to go to, but it's going to be called the Rocky Mountain Roundup. So those of you who can make it suppliers, we have some great sponsorship possibilities for you. Obviously, if you want to set up a booth, it's going to be great venue because it's a humongous, I guess it's like an auditorium type thing. So people are going to have room to set up what they want. They're not going to be on top of each other. So there's going to be a lot of room to really show off, some cool products coming into the end of quarter 3, starting quarter 4. And distributors going to be walking around. We're going to have lots of, fun food events going on, some cool activities that we have. It's going to be a great thing this year. I mean, every year we try to make the expo, something special. And I think it is every year. And like me and Brandon talked about, it's because of the people on our board who, really put forth the effort into finding the venue, finding the date, reaching out and finding the sponsorships, coming up with great ideas for activities and food. And it's just going to be an awesome event. So August 13th, National Western Center, Rocky Mountain Roundup.
You know what's going to be so cool about that? I cut him off before he got to do the big call to action, right? The link will be in the description. Make sure to go check that out. Register early, not because spots are limited, but because get it on your calendar now. It is a little bit earlier than we're normally used to doing this. So just make sure to get it onto your calendars as soon as you can. And I think the space is going to allow for a different show, right? I think that's something that we're all starting to kind of look for. Like we're done with those pipe and drapes or table pop-ups and cram as many people as you can into a small little area. Dude, this gymnasium setup is massive. It's so much room. I honestly think it's more room than we ever have. I think the only other one that was quite a bit bigger was Wings Over the Rockies, but you got all the airplanes around you, so it never felt that big. But this thing feels massive and ample parking. It's out in a place that everybody can get to. The highways galore, so it's super, super easy to travel to. So make sure to get that on your calendars. August 13th. Again, the link will be in here. This podcast is something that Thomas and I have always kind of been wanting to do. We talk so much about all the cool things that RMR is doing and the cool things that our industry is doing. And we want to hear from you guys. What do you guys want us to talk about? We love talking about all of the amazing people. Thomas has alluded to it multiple times. This is a volunteer board. And so all of this stuff that we've just talked about, it takes hours to plan and put together and market. And we're not talking everybody sits down in the same room. Like, we have to pick and choose when we can all meet and work back and forth and make sure that it works out for everyone that's going to be there. So there's a lot of heavy lifting goes on. So a lot of kudos to the entire board, to the events committee, and to you, Thomas, for being the leader again for the second year in a row, kind of pushing this along and getting us put in there. And then obviously, you can't do anything without Laura. Our ED is tops, like literally tops.
She is absolutely. I mean, I'm a little biased, but she's the best. She is absolutely the best. And her diligence that she puts into making sure everybody's on the same page, and she has such a passion for this industry, and she has a passion for not only making what's best for the suppliers, but making what's best for the distributors. She just is hands down, like Brandon said, like we can't do any of it without her, and obviously our board, who's just amazing. And the cool thing about our board, we have a mixture. I mean, I know most boards are like this, but it's our RMR board. We have suppliers, we have some multi-line reps, we have distributors, we have somebody like Brandon who's in the marketing. So we have a wide range of minds, and that's what makes things work so well. And I think that's what keeps an association like RMR moving so smooth, is having people's thoughts and ideas, and just passion of trying to make something great. So I promise you, this RMR Expo, like Brandon said, we're really pushing for it to not so much be a trade show, which it is a trade show, but it's going to be an experience. We want people to come out, and I know it's tough in this industry to take a day away from your computer, your email, everything you're doing. But this is something I think you want to spend quite a few hours at, not only seeing all the wonderful suppliers that are going to be at our show, also meet up with other distributors that are going to be there, see some of the different things that we have going on this year. But we have a lot of fun activities and awesome food truck that's going to be there. It's something that you can break away from the reality that we all have to deal with in every day of just work and work and work and work and come out and have a good time and enjoy it.
That's what I put on the I put it on the sponsorship marketing, which I'm sure a lot of the suppliers are getting bombarded with that now. But it is at the National Western Center, and so it is, and it's called the Rocky Mountain Roundup. So it is very more, you know, Western and cowboy cowgirl themed, right? So and we're gonna have a lot of fun around that. But you deserve a day away from the office, getting to have a little bit of fun, but still actually doing something for work. And that's really the goal of RMR in 2024 and beyond is really making sure that this community is something more than just a 9 to 5, like staring at a computer screen all day. We're so much more than that. We didn't get into promo because we wanted to sit in a cubicle, right? That's not why any of us are doing this. It's because we love and we have a passion for people and products and getting everybody to have a lot of fun. The thing I always used to tell people too is, you know, what's so fun about this industry is nobody ever says, oh man, here comes the promo guy. Because the promo guy, when they're walking into the office, that means you're planning a fun event. That means something is exciting is going on. That means you get to get away from the monotony of invoices and Excel spreadsheets, and you get to actually dive into something a little bit more fun. And so RMR has done a really good job this year of planning an event that is not just another trade show. It's not a show up and throw up. It is, let's get out there. Let's have some fun. Let's use these products that we're used to using and let's or that we're used to selling, and let's come up with some fun ideas and ways, and hopefully it energizes you to crush the end of that third quarter and get that fourth quarter rocking and rolling, because that is gift season. That's when we all know everybody's spending the big bucks. So
well, and
August 13th.
it's such a great thing because, you know, like we talked about, the venue's huge. So, you know, suppliers are with their, you know, with their booth area, they're going to have enough room to really showcase a lot of fun things. So those suppliers that have, you know, games, they can set up games and people can like stop and play a game, whether it's, you know, like a cornhole or, you know, something else. They can set something up if they want to, because they're going to have the space where they're not just limited to like, let me try to put it in the walkway and hopefully no one walks in it and in the way. It's like you said, it's something that we can get away from the monotony of what we all do every day, which is, I mean, it's an amazing industry and filled with amazing people. But now we get to get out and, like you said, kind of put our cowboy boots on and have a good time and really just, you know, giddy up. So
I love that. And I love everybody for listening to this. Thank you so much for letting Thomas and I take a few minutes out of your day. Again, we are open to suggestions. If you guys want to hear some fun stories, we're going to come up with some really cool things. We're going to try and make these as fun and as energetic as possible. We'll constantly be reminding you of the fun events that RMR is putting on and the cool things that are going on. And also, RMR wouldn't be able to put all of this on if it wasn't for you too, our members. So if you know of somebody who you're talking to who's in the industry and they don't know about RMR, get them involved and get involved yourself too. Start spreading those flexing those muscles and getting some things that you've always wanted to see out of a regional association. And then if you ask too many questions, Thomas is going to make you join the board, so be careful.
Yep. You know, and another thing too, like Brandon said, I mean, please, like, you know, those of you listening, I mean, throw some ideas to me and Brandon, what you want to hear us talk about. If you are, you know, somebody who wants to come on to our podcast and talk about, you know, something that's going on in this industry, we'd love to have you on. We'd love to, you know, get this going. This is just something that we wanted to put together to just kind of spread the word of, you know, this industry. And, you know, I know me and Brandon have said it over and over, like, this industry is filled with absolutely amazing, creative, intelligent people that just have more ideas that we can even think about. And me and Brandon were just talking about before we hopped on this. It starts from factories to suppliers to distributors to the end user to just some random person who walks by at a promo park event that says something to you. So, you know, if you got something that you want to talk about and you want to come on our podcast, we would love to have you. I mean, please, you know, this is it's a community. So, you know, come on and help us, you know, continue to make this industry, you know, bigger and better and stronger. And if you have any question about RMR, we'd love to have you, because RMR is an association that me and Brandon are part of, but we're also very thankful for it. And we have a passion for not only our other board members who are absolutely amazing, but, you know, everybody who's part of RMR. So with, like Brandon said, without everyone on this, you know, listening to us and part of the, you know, whether you're a part of RMR or you want to be part of RMR, get involved. You know, the only way you can be, you know, make something better is get involved, you know, be part of the solution, not part of the problem. So
Dude, I love that. RMRPPA.org. Again, RMRPPA.org. It's the simple website to go to find out all of the stuff that's going on, and how to get a hold of all of us too, and see all those amazing events that we've talked about. This is a fun podcast. It's just the first couple, and we're going to keep doing these. These are a lot of fun. They're easy to record. We'd love to see your faces on this too. So join us next time.
Thank you very much, guys.